In this video, we're going to go over prompt stacks in Flow Orchestra. If you're not familiar with what a prompt stack is, it's a group of prompts that are usually run one after the other, and they typically build upon each other to get to a better result than a single prompt could get you. So to get to the prompt stack area in Flow Orchestra, you just simply go to the chat area, and you'll see here we have create stack and save stacks. This is where we create and save and run all of our prompt stacks. So we're going to create a new one. So we'll click create stack. And you can give your stack a title, and if you're going to save it, obviously you would give it a title so that it's easy to remember what it is. And this is going to be about marketing, so we'll just name it marketing stack. Now, the way that you create a prompt stack is you add a step for each prompt in the stack. For each step, you can select the assistant that you want to use. So since this is a marketing stack, I am going to use the all-around digital marketer. Now, the first prompt in this stack, we're going to actually have 4 prompts. So I'm going to pull over this first prompt and paste it in. I'm saying I'm looking to improve my content marketing strategy. What are the top 3 elements of a successful content marketing plan? Then we're going to add a second step. And again, we're going to use the digital marketer assistant. And so I'm going to grab the second prompt that will build upon the first to get us to our goal. For each of those elements, can you explain why they are important and how they contribute to overall success? Next step, again, we're going to stick with our digital marketer. And then this third step will continue building on our stack, and we'll say, can you suggest some creative ideas for content that would resonate well with my target audience based on current trends? So we have one more step, so we'll add step again. Again, we're sticking with our digital marketing assistant. And then we'll paste in our fourth and final prompt here. And it says, finally, could you outline a quarterly content calendar that incorporates those ideas and aligns with my overall marketing goals? So now that we have our prompt built with these 4 steps, we can choose to run and close, run and save, or just simply save. So we're going to go ahead and run and save. So we can see that it was saved successfully. Now it's just sending to the AI, and it's running all of the prompts. It's building upon each other. Now this will take a handful of seconds simply because it's processing the entire stack of prompts all at once. So when it comes back, we will have the responses to all of our prompts, all of the information requested. It will all build on each other, and because we put it in a way that each prompt builds upon each other, our results are going to be much better than if we just simply came in here and asked one of the questions to an assistant in a conversation. We instead put all of them into a stack, and they're currently running one after the other so that each prompt has the information that was derived from the previous prompts. So we just have to sit here and wait a few seconds, and here we go. Okay, so here's all of our information. You can see here was my first prompt, and it gave us this fantastic output telling us how we can start improving our content marketing plan. And then we followed up with another question. Can you explain why they are important? And our digital marketing assistant came back with all of the information to answer that question. And so we moved on to our next follow-up question. Can you suggest some creative ideas for content? And here we go with our digital marketing experts' suggestions on the content we could create. Interactive content, video content, UGC, trending topics, all kinds of stuff. And then our final question, could you outline a quarterly content calendar? And here we go. We have our objectives. We have month 1. We have broken down into weeks, the different ideas for each week, month 2 and month 3. And then we have some more important notes. And that is how easy it is to get extremely good, thorough output simply by executing one prompt stack. And the coolest part is that we've saved that prompt stack. So now you can see right here in our saved prompt stacks, here's our marketing stack. So when we want to run it next time, we can just simply come in here and we can hit execute. Or if we want to edit it to add a step, remove a step, change some information, we can do that. And we can also delete it or share it with the team. So that is how you use prompt stacks within Flow Orchestra to save time and, more importantly, get the optimal results from your assistants. See you in the next video. In this video, we're going to create a flow using a pre-made flow template. To get there, click Create Flow, and it'll automatically be on pre-made flows. You can see we have several different pre-made templates for you to choose from, covering several different categories and topics. For this example, we're going to generate a blog post, so I'm going to search blog, and I'm going to choose this one that has a featured image with it. So I'm just going to click on it. You can see the first step is an add additional context step. These are the steps where you provide specific information about this execution of the flow that you're running. So for this example, we want a blog post about travel tips for visiting Barcelona for the first time. So that's what I'm going to put as my additional context. That's all that we have to add. We can edit anything that we want, so we can look through the rest of the steps. If we wanted to change it from 1500 to 500 word, we could simply change it there. We're going to leave it for this example. You can see we have our other steps that will be run in order, and we're going to generate an image prompt and create an actual image in this flow. So when we're ready, we can change the flow name if we want, just to make it stand out amongst our other flows. You can change the description if you'd like. When you have it like you like, just hit Update Flow, and it'll take you to your Manage Flows page, and you will see our new flow right here at the top. So we can just click on it, and from here we can see the prompts in the flow and the steps. If we need to make sure everything is correct, then we can edit the flow, or we can clone it, or we can delete it, or we can share it with the team, or we can execute it by clicking the Execute button. Once you click Execute, it will take you to the executions page where your current execution will be selected, and you'll be able to track the status of it. And as the information comes back and each step completes, you will see the actual responses to each step here in this page as well. So you can see we just got the outline back. It looks very good, very thorough. And so you can see our other step is running now, and you can also see the rest of the steps are pending. While your execution is running, you do not have to stay on the page. It will continue to execute. You can go and potentially search for your next flow that you want to create, browse through the opportunities there. You can really do anything that you want in the app, and your execution will continue running in the background. And we can go back to our executions here, and we can see it's still running, and we can click on it. You can see it's on step 4 of 5. We can see that it came back with the blog post here, our 1500 word blog post based on the outline that it created in the previous step. The output looks really good. That was a very simple way to create our blog post there. You can see it gave us some tags. And we can see step 4, which was generating the image prompt to go along with the blog post, is completed. And it looks like the 5th step just completed as well. So there we can see our generated image to go along with our blog post. So now you have an entire blog post with a featured image all ready for you with about 15 seconds worth of work. In this video, we're going to build a custom assistant. To get there, click Custom Assistants in the sidebar, and you will see any custom assistants you've already created. And then in the right side, you will be able to create your new assistant. Simply add an assistant's name, and then you can add a description so that you know what this assistant does. If you have one, you can add an avatar URL for an image. This is optional. You'll then want to add your assistant's custom training instructions. This is where you can provide all of the details and information that you want your assistant to be aware of. So you can add your business information, you can add the tasks you would like it to accomplish. You can see we are having it be our custom content generator. So we've given it information about the types of content that we want. You can also add some suggested prompts that you can use when you're chatting with your custom assistant to get some conversation started quickly. If you have specific prompts that you use often, this can be a good time saver. And then we'll just click Create Assistant, and our assistant is created. Now you can see our image isn't correct, so we can edit this, And we found the error here. We need to remove that. Then we can resave our assistant. And there we have our image working now. So now to use our assistant, we can come into the chat area and we'll find it under our My Custom Assistant. So we can select it and then we can just start chatting with it, and it's primed with our information and instructions. So I'm going to say, help me create some engaging social media post ideas, and let's see what it has to say. All right, it's coming back with several ideas based on the content guidelines we gave it when we created it. So everything's working properly. And now you have your custom assistant trained and ready to go whenever you need to use them. In this video, we're going to create a new flow from scratch. Click Create Flow, and then you will click Standard Creation. And you will start by giving your flow a name. Our name is going to be Viral Instagram Post. And then you can provide a description, a general overview of what your flow does. And we can get started by clicking Add Step to get our first step going. Then we'll give our step a name. This step's name is Add My Info. And this is going to be an add additional context step because we want to put in our personalized information here to tell the flow what we want our post about. So we can give it a step description, and we'll change the output key. The output key is what you use to reference the response to this step in later steps. It comes in very handy. And then we'll add our personalized information. We want an Instagram post about my journey going from full-time corporate job to a successful food photographer. So then we can add another step, give it a name. This step will be named Generate Hooks. And we'll add a description. And then we need to change the output key. And we're just going to name it Hooks. And we'll select our AI assistant here. So for this, we're going to use our all-around digital marketer, since this is digital marketing. And then we need to enter our prompt for this step. And we will ask it to generate 5 unique angles and hooks based on the context we provided it in the previous step. Then we'll add our next step. This step will be named Image Prompt. In this step, we are going to have the flow look at our hooks and generate an image prompt based on those hooks. So we can select our assistant. We will want to choose the image prompt generator for the step. And then we're going to paste in our prompt telling it to reference the hooks in the previous step to generate an image prompt for us. Then we'll add our next step. Again, we'll give it a name. We'll name this step Generate Image. And we'll give it a quick description. And then we need to change the type to Generate AI Image because we're going to actually generate the image for our post in this step right here. So we can change the size of our image, and we'll change it to 1792 by 1024 for this example. And then we're going to use the output key of the previous step as the prompt input for our AI image generator. You can see our output key here is image prompt. And so we are putting it in double curly braces and using it as the prompt here. And we can quickly change this output key name. And then we'll add our next step. Again, we'll give it a name. This step will be named Write the Caption. Add a description. Then we can change the output key name here. And we'll just name it Caption. We'll select our AI assistant, and we're going to go back to our digital marketer assistant for this. And then we will add the prompt, instructing it to create a fantastic caption for our social media post. And then we can add one more step here, just to round it out. We'll name this step Hashtags. Give it a quick description. And we'll change the output key name again to Hashtags. Again, we'll select our digital marketing assistant. We will add a prompt asking for 3 sets of hashtags based on competition. Now that our flow is complete, we can review all of our steps to make sure everything looks like we want it, make sure we've added our context, and then we can click Create Flow. You can see our flow was created in our Manage Flows page, so we can just click on our new flow, and here we can edit it or clone it or delete it. We can share it with the team. We can also see the information from our steps that we created in the previous step, and we can click Execute to run the flow. This will take you to the executions page with the current flow selected. You will be able to check the status, see what step it's on, and you can also see the steps down here. They'll show you their individual statuses, and as the information comes back, as the responses return, you can see our 5 hooks here. Those look great. Now we also don't have to stay in the executions page. The flow will continue to execute regardless of whether we're in the page or not. So you're free to go about and check your other flows, make your next plans. Then you can come back to the executions page and you'll see it's still running, so we can click on it. We can see that it's on the 5th out of 6 steps. It's writing the caption. And that step just completed, so there's 1 step remaining. We can look through here and see the information that came back. We can see our image here. We can, now that all of the steps are completed, we have our caption. Looks great. And we have our 3 sets of hashtags. So now we have all of the different pieces we need for our viral Instagram post, and from here we can take it and simply copy and paste it into our social media accounts, and we're good to go. And that's how quick and easy it can be. In this video, we're going to go over AI image generation in Flow Orchestra. As you can see, we're currently on our dashboard, so to get to the image generation space, we just need to come to the sidebar and click on Generate Images. And when we land in the AI image generation space, you can see we see our image history. So these are all the images we've already created. And anytime you create an image, it will pop over to this side, so they're always handy in case you want to go back and look at one or download one. So to create an image, it's very simple. You can see we can select our size between portrait, landscape, and square. We can select an image style, which there are plenty various ones to choose from. So the first one we're going to do here, we're just going to leave it with no style. And I'm going to grab a prompt. And here's the prompt. We're going to illustrate a serene underwater scene featuring colorful coral reefs teeming with diverse marine life, etc. And we'll just click Generate Image. And now this is going to take about 10 or 15 seconds to work its magic and create an image from simply our text description. So when it comes back, it will just pop right up here. And you can see we have a pretty little marine life image here, just based on this prompt. So that's as easy as it is to create an AI image. So let's go ahead and create a second one. This time we'll use a style. So let me grab another prompt here. And when you're using image prompts, you want to make sure that you include enough detail so that the image looks like what you're expecting. You can certainly use shorter prompts, but you have less control over what the results look like. So for this one, we have create a magical winter landscape with snow-covered pines under a night sky filled with twinkling stars, etc. For this one, let's choose a style, and let's go with vintage Americana. That sounds good for a snowy scene. So again, we are going to stick with the square size. We've selected our image style, we've given it our prompt, and now we just hit Generate Image. And again, we'll wait the 10 or so seconds. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more. And here in just a second, we will have our second image pop up here, and it will be in the style that we selected. And there we go. There's our vintage Americana snow scene. Pretty cool. And you can copy the URL, copy the image, or download the image right from there. So that's as easy as it is to create your own AI images in Flow Orchestra.